Hey,
Hello, hello, hello.
what's going on, babe?
You know I'm super excited. It is our scholarship month kickoff. I'm excited. How about you?
I know that you are super, super excited because you like never want to go live, and you like last night at midnight talking about, can we go live today? And I'm like, yeah, we can go live today.
Listen, I truly believe that what we do all year round impacts people's lives, but I don't know that there's a singular thing that we do in this ministry that has the ability to impact someone's life and their generation the way that this scholarship fund does. And so I'm just super excited about it. I look forward to it every year. I look forward to not only raising the money, but I look forward to the opportunity that we can bestow those funds upon these kids who are going to college. Because I believe that if it wasn't for college, obviously the Lord on my side, but going to college was one of the things that really helped change the trajectory of my life so that I could get to live the way I live now.
Well, I think it's really important. So, guys, we need you guys to help us out. We're here to talk about the scholarship kickoff. Many of you have supported us in years past. It's July 1st through July 31st. So today's July 1st. So we're here talking about it. So what we really need from you is some social media outreach. We need you to share it on your page. We need you to share it, to tag some people. But what we really want you to do is to listen to the story, to listen to how we got here, and to listen to what you can do to help make this possible. So it would really, really help us if you guys would engage with us. And listen, one of the ways I want to know that you're here right now, I want you to put scholarship in the comments. Let me know that you're here by putting scholarship in the comments, because this is the scholarship fund. And I am super excited. But I got to be honest, I'm excited because you're so excited about it. And I think that that's one of the beautiful things about marriage, right? Is that I like school, I like scholarships, I like all of those things, but I think it's your enthusiasm about it that makes me more enthusiastic. Now, I wanted to say something that you said about how college changed the trajectory of our lives, because it absolutely did. And I know that there are so many people now that kind of go, oh, well, college isn't worth it. But the reality of it is the data still bears out that people who go to college make more than people who don't as a whole. We know there's some outliers to that, right? But literally for many of us, we wouldn't have had the opportunities that we had if we did not have that college degree. Yes, there may be some student loans with it. Yes, we may not have made as much as we wanted to make, but it literally was game changer. And so if you're in the comments and you went to college and college was game changer for you, can you put game changer in the comments? That's no shade to anybody who didn't go to college. And so much so that our scholarship is not just for people who go to college. If you're going to trade school, we will also pay you. We will pay the same money for you to be able to go to trade school. In fact, we have a partner who wasn't a high school student, but because she had been such a faithful partner, that we were able to help her finish massage therapy school with the scholarship money, right? So it's not just that we're saying college is the only way, but we're saying that college absolutely changed our lives.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I was talking with the guys just the other day, and, they are literally begging high school students to come and get trained to be HVAC technicians. And so, it's not just college. If you want to be an electrician, you want to be a plumber, you want to be a mechanic, you want to do HVAC, you want to be a mechanic who works on particular types of vehicles, whether that's, large, trucks, tractor trailer trucks, or airplane mechanics. Our scholarship fund helps to support that, because literally higher education can be game changer. Still in our society, there are simply some positions that you simply cannot have if you don't have a college degree. And having a college degree doesn't mean that you know everything when you come out of college. What it does say to some employers, though, is that you have the ability to stick to something and you have the ability to learn. And that's the two most important things that employers look for. Like you said, did we have to incur some student loans? We did. And so what we're trying to do is make it so that the next generation, those who come after us, either don't have to incur student loans, or they don't have to incur as many student loans as we did. And that's why I get excited. That's the reason my eyes light up. That's the reason I can't hardly sleep at the end of June, because I start thinking about what we're going to do in July. Because what we do this July of 2024, has no bearing on the students that we're going to award this year. We took care of that last year. So I get excited because I can always be looking a year ahead, because whatever we do this July is going to help support the kids who are going to be freshmen or going to trade school in the fall of 2025. And so I'm just super excited about that. And I'm excited because it's something that our partners have got behind. And maybe they got behind it because they love me and they support me. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just glad that they get behind it. And what I love the most is that so many people who do not attend Fellowship of Champions, people who do not claim that we are their pastors, they see the benefit of this. And every year they get involved. Different people get involved and they help and they support. And literally, we've been doing this for 8 years now. And after we award the scholarships for this year, the ones that we'll be awarding in July, we will have given over $500,000 since 2016.
Guys, I think that's something to get excited about. Can y'all put 500,000 in the comments? Especially in the world today, if you are a believer, you know that there are so many people, they're always trying to paint the church in a bad light, that the church doesn't make a difference for anybody. But we actually we're going to talk a little bit about the two different scholarships that we have, but we're out here making a difference. And we have two people who have given significantly to the scholarship fund, and neither one of them go to our church, right? One of them gives $500 a month and has for several years, and then one of them gave $50,000.
They supported 5 full scholarships. Give
5 full scholarships. Neither one of them, and I want to say they're both Black men, so I want to shout that out, that they are both Black men who believe in education. One of them gives $500 a month, and one of them fully paid for 5 scholarships, paid $50,000.
And right? The one who gives $500 a month has been given $500 a month. I went and looked it up for the last 5 years.
Oh, so what? That's now 5. Is that 5 scholarships now, or what is that?
So what is $500 a month? 500 times 12 is what? 6,000. 6,000 times 5 is $30,000.
So 3 full scholarships.
So that person is given 3 full scholarships, and the other African-American male has given a $50,000 grant over the course of 3 years, and that is 5 scholarships. And so, I mean, there are people out there, like I said, who don't go to Fellowship of Champions, and you don't have to, because they see the value of pooling our resources and helping to send deserving kids to college or trade school.
Now, we have a lot to talk about, and we're going to try to knock it out, this whole thing, in 30 minutes. So what we need your help, guys. We need your social media outreach. We need you to find 1 person, 2 people, 3 people that you could tag to watch this. Hey, Pastor Stephen Ivy, glad to see you. Listen, we know that you are a part of fraternity that believes in scholarships, so we want to see your engagement in this. I mean, everybody who's Greek, everybody who's Divine 9, I'm expecting you to show up, because I know that what is foundational for everybody in the Divine 9 is scholarship. And I also know that if you are in the Divine 9, you have been to college and you know what it takes to complete college, right? In fact, Pastor Ivy, he actually went back and completed college, right? And I assure you that if you talk to him, some of that had to do with finances, because finances makes the difference. But I want to go back to the beginning, babe. Let's talk about how this got started, because I said to you this morning, I said, oh my God, we're in our 8th year. But let's talk about how it got started, what God said to you, and just the numbers, how many people we've helped, the progression, that kind of stuff. That would be super cool for me.
Yeah, so it's interesting, 8 years has went by so fast, because in the summer of 2016, we had 1 student in our church who was getting ready to graduate high school. And we wanted to do something nice for her. At that particular time, we were meeting in a hotel space. And it wasn't always the same hotel space, because sometimes the hotels would bump us because they had bigger paying customers, and we'd have to find different places to meet. But we understood the concept of being faithful to God, and we knew that we were believing God to give us a building. We were saving money to try to lease or rent a building. We hadn't found a particular space, but we thought we were getting close. And during the summer of 2016, the Lord literally said, I want you to give a scholarship to Kaylee. She was a young lady who was getting ready to graduate high school. And I said, okay. And in my mind, I was kind of thinking about maybe giving her $500 or $1,000, a one-time gift. And the Lord said, I want you to give her $10,000. And it was, I'll be honest with you, it was a shocker. At that time, our ministry didn't have $10,000 in savings at that time. We were saving money up to try to, get the first and last month's payment for a building that we were trying to rent, knowing it would probably take some renovation money. And $10,000 could have been $1 million at that time. And I remember I came to you and talked to you about it because I was so convinced to some degree that I must have heard God wrong. Sometimes God will tell you to do something and you just think that can't be.
That cannot be God.
That cannot be God. I have misheard God. And I shared it with you and I said, here's what the Lord told me to do. And I appreciate the fact that what you said was, well, if that's what God told you to do, I guess you better do it then. And that's not really the answer I was looking for. I was looking for you to say, boy, are you crazy? Where you going to get $10,000 from? But once you said that, I went back to God and I said, okay, God, what do I need to do? And he said, the first thing you need to do is say yes. And so I said yes to God. And I told you that we were going to do it. And I remember you saying, and we got this all the time from Dr. Ivy Hilliard, we go as far
as our faith will take us.
And at that time, as far as our faith would take us, it allowed us to get one of those big celebrity checks printed up. And it had her name on it. It was from us. We decided.
No, but can I talk about this?
Give it to her.
Let me say this though. If you think back to that, because our finances were so limited, we actually did not order one of the checks because it seemed like too much money to pay. We actually made a check by making it large enough and having Office Depot.
Kinko's. It was 2016. It was Kinko's. It wasn't even FedEx. It was Kinko's.
Well, we had somebody to make it, and we had to then write the name on it because I think at the time they wanted like $50 to present the check.
No, we used Word and created it in Word. We took it to Kinko's, had it blown up, and then had it put on like this hard poster board kind of thing, because it had her name written on it and everything. We've got a picture of it, but it was because it was generated from Word and just blown up multiple times in order to do it. But we went as far as our faith would take us.
And I think but I think it's important for people to hear that part, right? That here we are, and God is saying to you to give a $10,000 scholarship. We don't have a building. We're meeting in a hotel, right? And it seems like the last thing that we would do at that time is to give a scholarship, but that's what God told us to do. He tells us to go as far as our faith will take us. So we know that people get presented those big checks, right? So we don't even think it makes sense to spend the $50 to get an official one. So we make one. We go as far as our faith will take us. And then we present it that Sunday. And we say, and the Lord literally says to us, because it actually was like closer to May graduation. Because we say, how are we going to pay this $10,000? And we break it down over semesters. And I remember saying to you, you said, how are we going to do this? And I said, you only need $12.50 a semester.
Yep.
We only need $12.50 a semester. And I remember that day that when we presented it to Kaylee and her mom was crying and she was crying and people were tripping. And I think if I'm not mistaken, we had a very small church at the time. They gave half of the $12.50 that day.
In that service, they did. Yep, they did. And I think by the time the next week or two, we had shared it on social media just because we were excited about it. Even that very first time, there were people who didn't go to our church who said, hey, can I give to this? And literally before she went to college in that fall, I believe we had her entire first year already in the bank. And that's what catapulted us to this scholarship drive of people giving. And now we don't raise money to give to people in the year. God has been so good to us that literally what we're doing this year is for next year. And Chris is right. It was on a styrofoam board that we had it printed. We had it printed on a styrofoam board because we went as far as our faith would take us.
We went as far as our faith could take us. So up until this point, it's been 8 years so far. And I don't know the number you're about to give me. Is it going to include the people that we award in August, or is it not? But how many scholarships have we given away so far, and how much money?
So it's important to delineate that because we have two scholarships right now. When we first started, we only had one. We had the Fellowship of Champions, Academic and Leader Scholarship. And that was a scholarship that we gave that is in the amount of $10,000. It is given to students per semester, $1,250. $1,250 over 8 semesters gives them $10,000 toward their college education. What we require is that they maintain a 3.0. But unlike other scholarships, we built in a safety mechanism because our safety mechanism says that if those students, because a lot of them still are, people don't realize this, but there are still a lot of first-time generation people going to college. No, they're the first people in their family to go to college. And anybody who has experienced that knows that sometimes when you don't have people who've already been to college to help you maneuver and understand what you need to do, that first semester or first year can be really, really tough. And so we have a mechanism built in that allows students that if they fall below a 3-point, we actually give them a grace semester. And we continue to give them their scholarship until they can right the boat and get things right, which is one of the key things that's different about our scholarship. Then a couple of years went by, and we had a partner, Mr. James A. Young, who was a beacon of light for our ministry. And it was such a good example of a father, of a friend, of a mentor. And when he passed away, we created a scholarship in his name. And it is called the James A. Young Memorial Scholarship Fund. That scholarship is worth $4,000. And it is awarded to students via an essay. And it is open to students literally all across the country. Each year, we put the information out. Students can write an essay, whatever the prompt is for that year, and we choose as many as we can, and we award them a $4,000 scholarship. So the number I'm going to give you includes the FOC Academic and Leader Scholarship, and it includes the James A. Young Memorial Scholarship from 2016 up until today. That number is about $427,000, but we have 9 new FOC recipients and 2 new James A. Young recipients. So that is $98,000 that we will be awarding in the month of July for students who will be going to college or trade school starting in August. So you take that 98,000, you add the 427 to it, and that's why I say it's going to be over $500,000. We hit over $500,000 mark since 2016 in scholarships that we have given to deserving students. And I think at this time, we have had a total of 7 or 8 of them who have graduated with undergraduate degrees. And of course, we are still supporting those who are still going through school. And will continue to do so in the future. It's exciting. It's exciting to think about the lives that we've been able to touch, not only personally because they were able to go to school without at least that amount of debt, but also what it means for them to be able to go to trade school or to college and what it can do for their family and how it can set their families up. It's just an amazing, amazing thing, especially in light of the fact that people talk about how much the church doesn't do. You know, I would love to send every kid to school debt-free. But to some degree, we have limited resources. But we take those resources that we have, and we stretch them, and we make sure we cover all the fees. Our ministry covers any giving fees that people give, so that way 100% of all the money given goes directly to the scholarship fund.
So I want to make a distinction. So the James A. Young Memorial Scholarship, you can get that scholarship if you, no matter where you are, you have to write the essay for it, right? And we've had people, men, young women, not just Black kids, white kids, all different majors, all kind of stuff. You can get that scholarship, right?
There are currently 15 students who will be receiving funds from the James A. Young Memorial Scholarship Fund this year, either because they are sophomores, juniors, or seniors, plus the 2 that we'll be given this year.
Guys, I need y'all to stop, and y'all need to get excited about this. You need to share about this. And whether you are a part of FOC or you just jumped on because somebody tagged you, we need you to help us get the word out, because again, in a world that keeps trying to say that the church doesn't help, the church doesn't serve, here we are showing that the church is still helping, the church is still serving, and I think we need to push back that negative stereotype. And I think sometimes we do it by trying to argue with people, but there's no point in arguing with people. What we do is we just show and prove. We show by what we're doing, right? Now, the other thing too is, though, we did have to make a modification to our FOC academic scholarship, because originally it was only for people, it was for our partners who were local. And then the pandemic pushed us into being a global ministry. And then we had to say, no, you have to be a partner for your child's 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year. Like, you can't just like join in December and be like, I'm going to get a $10,000 scholarship, because put this in the comments, partnership has its privileges. Partnership has its privileges. So if you're thinking, man, what can I do to get this scholarship? If you have kids and you're not a partner, and your kid, you need to be a partner by the time your child enters their sophomore year. And we need to know that you are a partner. That's right?
That is correct. In order for you to receive the $10,000, in order for your child to receive the $10,000 scholarship, you must be a active partner of Fellowship of Champions. However, the James A. Young Memorial Scholarship is open to anyone as long as they meet the deadline and the criteria for applying for that $1,000 scholarship.
And we have the funds.
Right, it's $4,000. It's $1,000 a year. Right, and we have the funds. You know, I think because this year, amazingly enough, we only had 2 people who completed all of the paperwork that was necessary in order to do that. And interestingly enough, this will be the first year that the James A. Young Memorial Scholarship will actually be awarded to one of Mr. Young's grandchildren.
Oh, wow. So wow, that's amazing.
Receiving one of the scholarships that's named after her grandfather.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing, right? So now, as we get ready to wrap up, tell us, what do you need from our partners? What do you need from our friends? What can we do over the next 31 days?
Here's what I need for every single partner of Fellowship of Champions, okay? I need 2 things from our partners. Number 1, I need you to prayerfully ask God, what should be your best gift to the FOC Scholarship Fund? Okay, that's the first thing. I want you to pray for. I'm not telling you an amount. I'm not saying you need to give 500, 1,000. I'm not saying give 10, give 50. I'm saying I'm asking every partner of Fellowship of Champions, Church International, if you consider yourself to be a partner of this ministry, I'm asking you to prayerfully consider what your best gift will be. And then I'm asking you to give that gift. The second thing I'm asking you to do, which I did last night, I'm asking you to take a moment and to sit down and to think of 10 individuals who do not attend Fellowship of Champions. They are people who are your neighbors, your colleagues. You see them at social events, but they're not connected to FOC. I'm asking you to make a list of 10 of those people, maybe even 20 of those people. And I'm asking you to send a personal email, phone call, messenger. I'm asking you to get in contact with them and ask them if they would be willing to support this vision. For those of us who are partners of the ministry, I even typed out a sample message that you can send. You don't even have to think about what to say. All you got to do is fill their name in, and you can send that to them. Here's what I know. If we had 100 partners, and 100 partners each had 10 people to reach out, and each of those 10 people gave a gift of $100, we would literally raise $100,000 in no time. That doesn't even count us giving our best gift. I gave my gift at 12 o'clock last night because I wanted to be the first person to give. I gave $1,000 gift because I wouldn't dare ask someone to do something that I would not do. And so I gave my gift last night. I'm asking all of our partners, prayerfully consider what your gift will be. It may be 1,000, it may be more, it may be less. But you ask God what you should give. But then I'm asking you to come alongside me, just like I did. I made a list of 41 individuals. I have a list of 41 people who I'm going to be reaching out to, who I know don't attend Fellowship of Champions, but they're people who I've supported things for them before. They're people who have called and asked me for advice. If I've spent time going through your resume with you and I didn't charge you, you're probably going to be getting a message from me. And so I'm going back and asking those people not to give me anything. This is not me asking you to bless me. I'm asking you to partner with me, though, to be a blessing to others. And I have zero problem when it comes to asking people to give in order to be a blessing to these kids who are trying to improve the status of their life and ultimately their kids and their kids and their kids' lives.
Okay, I'm going to match you with $1,000. So we got 2,000. There we go, right? And so I got some people on here that I know who have some big resources. I'm going to call out some people. I'm going to call out Kristen Valley for her best gift. I'm going to call out Crystal Robinson for her best gift. Kimberly Dennis for her best gift. People that I'm like, hey, listen, I know that you're a giver. I see my friend Sylvia that we went to college. Ralph Marlowe says that he is matching. Yes, sophomore year of high school, you have to be a partner by the time your kid starts their sophomore year of high school.
And that's important. And the reason that's important, let me say that, is because when we transitioned from just being a local ministry, we literally have partners all over the United States of America. And we don't want to make a distinction between our partners who live locally and those who live in other states, because they are just as important and they support our ministry just as much. And so what we're saying is, what we don't want people to do, and if you're familiar with the state of Arkansas, you know this is how it works in El Dorado, the El Dorado Promise Scholarship. You can't move to El Dorado your kid's senior year and then they get a full scholarship to college. They're like, no, you got to be here, be a part of the community. And so we've adopted that same mantra that if you want your kid, to be possibly to be one of the students who gets the $10,000 scholarship, you do have to be a part of the ministry. We hope you don't join for that reason. We hope that you join because this is where God told you to be. But that is how that FOC Academic and Leader Scholarship is awarded. Somebody said, can I get the link to donate? Yes, I'll put the link up to donate. Now, let me say this. There's a multitude of ways to give, but we did not want to confuse people, okay? You can go to our church website and you can give through Givelify. You can give through PushPay. You can give the Tithely. You can do all of those things, right? All the ways that we normally give. All you have to do, and I'll put it up there, all you have to do is make sure you select the scholarship fund, F-U-N-D. But you can also give through GoFundMe. We made a quick, easy link for those of you who may not be a part of our ministry. You may not use any of those particular links that we use in order for people to give. And so we did make it very, very easy for you to do. And I will drop that link in the comment section here so that you can have that particular link. Here it is. I'm going to drop it in the comment section. Also, if you go to my page, you'll see it. Go to Pastor Sean's page, you'll see it. But there is the GoFundMe.
My business sent out an email today, so it's already on there. So here's the thing I would say, guys. If you are a partner, use your regular giving links and pick scholarship fund.
Yep.
And if you're sharing it, share the GoFundMe link because that's the easiest way to get it out. Now, listen.
Say that again. That's perfect. That's a perfect way to say it. Say that again.
If you are a partner of the ministry, if you've already been giving to the ministry, go to your platform of giving and click scholarship fund in order to give.
Yes.
when you're sharing it with other people, give them the GoFundMe, because that's the easiest way to make sure that it gets done. Now, Pastor Edwin asked you for two things. He asked you to decide your best gift and to ask at least 10 people for $100, right? Now, I'm going to add a third thing. I need you to promote this at least once a day on your social media. Once a day on your social media. Let's get there. Let's make a difference. Let's let people know. And babe, if you don't mind, you know the videos maybe that you put up in the previous years. I know we just did one with our scholarship show. Make sure that during the week you're dropping those so we can share those, so people can see that this money is going to real people. These people are really in college. These people are really getting degrees. We are really helping people stay in school.
And you can really come to the huddle on July 28th.
You can really come to the huddle.
See some of these students who will be getting these scholarships for this year. You can really come.
You can really come. All right. So we're excited. You're going to see us do a live at least once a week to kind of keep you updated. We need your help. Listen, Crystal says she's going to match us. Marlo says she's going to help match us. Everybody else is going to give their best gift. This is going to be amazing. We're going to impact so many people, and we need your excitement for the full 31 days, and we need your finances for the full 31 days. And listen, partners, we got
use your influence. There are lots of people. Every year I have people who still say to me, oh, I didn't know you guys did that. And they'll give. People don't, we assume that because we know, other people know, but that's not true. And so that's why I ask you to make that list and then take that message that I put in the partner group, and where it says name, put in their name and send them that message. It has the link included with it. All you have to do, I made it very easy. You just need to reach out to them. And if they can't give 100, if they can give 50, some of them may want to give more. It'll balance out. But if you can get 10 people to give, that's probably more than likely $1,000 on your behalf that someone would give to the ministry. Now you add that with your best gift, and I'm telling you, this can be our biggest scholarship year ever.
All right, let's cool. So we're gonna check in. Here's the thing. When we reach our first $10,000, we'll go live again.
So if those who made a commitment commit, we already at 3,500. So we may be going live again this afternoon. In years past, we have done that. In years past, we've raised $10,000 in the first 24 hours. We've absolutely done it. And I believe we can do it again too.
All right. So this is cool. First $10,000, we're coming back live, right?
Yep.
Ralph said we're going to be live today. So, all right, Ralph said we're going to be live today. So maybe we'll be live today about 10 o'clock at night or something. But our first $10,000, we're going to come back live. All right, listen, we got a busy month this month. Me and Chase are about to kick off something for Strategies for Success. So y'all go get y'all a drink of water and come back with us. It's noon. We got the fire experience this month. We got the scholarship huddle this month. So we need all our partners engaged, on deck, and let's go. But let's get ready. Let's raise this money. Let's send kids to college. And I want to keep the vision before you. Right now, we just give $10,000. But our goal is to give full scholarships.
Full 4-year scholarships.
Full 4-year scholarships. That's why we pray for your increase, because as you increase, you are able to be a bigger blessing and help us with the vision to be able to help other people go to college debt free. Is that good, babe?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Listen, you guys know I'm excited. We'll be giving you an update at least every Sunday. But as Pastor Sean said, I believe we'll be back today and we'll get that first $10,000, that first full scholarship knocked out within the first 24 hours.
All right. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all soon.
Thank you guys so much in advance for all of your giving. Don't forget to reach out to your friends and family. Bye-bye.